Welcome back to Master Your Ash. I'm your host, Michael Prisdale, and today we're going to be going over my favorite 2024 recommended list of cigars and coffee pairings. Cigars and coffee, as we got into in 2023, it's a Mount Rushmore pairing. It's a classic pairing. They go together like spaghetti and meatballs, as I said in my previous review. I will link that video up above, as those were the cigars that I was smoking last year, that I was pairing with coffee, and that I felt as though I just wanted to bring some additional attention to. This list today is not the only list of cigars that you can pair with coffee. There are dozens out there, and I want to ask everybody down below in the comments, please post whatever your favorite coffee pairing is with cigars currently, because I'd love to hear feedback from the community, get to know what you guys are pairing your cigars with. So feel free, comment down below. I will pick one comment for the cigar and coffee pairing to set a little something too. Could be something that's seen in this video, who knows. The very first cigar for 2024 that I wanted to bring a little heightened attention to as far as a coffee and cigar pairing that is just wonderful is the recently released Mil Días Maduro. And this particular one is the Edmundo, but the Topes, all of the other sizes pair incredibly well, especially in the LEs, the limited editions that are released. It's a fantastic lineup. I don't particularly feel as though the Maduro by itself is as good as the standard line or the original line, however you want to look at it, in the Habano. And then also, especially with how good the LEs are, because they're just phenomenal. They're great everyday smokes just in the standard Mil Días line. And the Maduro's a nice change of pace, but I don't think that it's like my go-to. So I was trying to figure out, it's still a good smoke. I just want to bring some more awareness to it, because I do think that out of all the recent Crown Head cigars, it's probably the better Maduro that I've had as of late. While smoking it and drinking coffee, I realized that I enjoyed it a lot more than by just smoking it and pairing it with something else. So I think that it's a fantastic pairing and worthy of at least an honorable mention, or at least the fifth slot, so to speak. For the fourth best cigar that I've recently tried, I haven't posted a review on it yet. It's owed some special attention, especially in this particular one, the Crux Epicure Habano. Now, recently the Epicure Maduro has come out as well. I haven't smoked that yet, but I do believe that in the Habano, once again, going back to the whole entire Mil Días Habano versus Maduro debate, I still love the Habano in it. And I think that this is probably overall the best everyday cigar that Crux makes, where you can grab it at any particular point in time of the day, you can grab it any day of the week, regardless, it's going to give you a fantastic smoking experience. I think that it pairs so incredibly well with coffee. It's just, it has enough of everything in whatever size you decide to smoke it in. It's absolutely fantastic. Coming from JC Newman, that I also do not have a review dedicated to just yet, but we are coming out with it soon, is the El Baton. And this cigar really blew me away when I smoked it on the live stream. Looking forward to doing a full in-depth dive on it, as it's a very powerful little smoke. It is a powerhouse of the cigar. It goes with medium to dark roast coffee blends very, very well. You do not need any creamer. You do not need to break out anything. You just need a really intense dark roast for this stick, because it is bold and full body almost all the way throughout. And it's a cigar that deserves a lot more attention. So shout out to JC Newman for producing such a great stick. Currently, I'm smoking the Opus Oscuro, and I do believe that this is worthy of an honorable mention. I was going to kind of tilt the hat to Fuente and do a little Eye of the Shark and say that that needs more attention, but it really doesn't. We all know that that cigar pairs with everything. The Opus Oscuro, though, this is a really solid smoke to pair with coffee. It has enough in the dark roasted coffee notes with that Maduro Oscuro wrapper that it has going on, that I think that it pairs with also a lot of really, really rich dark roast very well. It's an incredible option, especially being that they're a little bit easier to come by sometimes, depending upon where you're at and what you have access to. So consider the Oro line if you are a very passionate coffee fanatic. If you're a coffee fanatic like myself, consider the Opus Oro line if you have access to it. And then finally, the cigar that everybody's mentioning right now, and for good reason, the Warped Isla de Cocodrillo. This particular cigar, if you are struggling to pick up peanut shells, peanut butter, any peanut-like flavors, this cigar should be your guide, because this has got medium roast coffee, and peanut as the primary flavor components almost all the way through the cigar. It is a wonderful cigar that Warped has released. I think that it's going to be on a lot of top lists this year, including probably my own, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. Pair this with a nice medium roast blend. In our previous video, we talked a little bit about classic blends like the Padron 1926. We talked a little bit about the Tatuaje Kohonu. There were some very well-known cigar brands that pair together with coffee, and I think that Warped just deserves a lot of attention because they produce very Cuban-esque smokes most of the time, especially from Tabacalera de Isla, which is the tobacco factory that produced this particular cigar, along with the Chinchale. Both of those pair very well with coffee. These are my recommendations for some of the best coffee pairings that you can find yourself working with for 2024. Feel free to comment down below. Let me know your best pairing, and I plan on drawing one of those comments out to celebrate our 6,000 subscriber and kind of do a little giveaway with that. So feel free, comment below. Let me know what you're currently pairing together with your coffee. And I look forward to catching you again for another best of coffee and cigar pairing video.